Um, Hi, and I guess welcome to my SCP place, I guess. We have a couple SCPs that are not really SCPs, they're just made for memes. This is the actual SCP built place, right? It's pretty big actually on the inside. That's the actual SCP, but it's a real lovable, let me tell you that. The hell? My favorite dog. And Ted. We got a D-class cell. Pretty secure. I'm not gonna tell you the reason why. Another SCP. This one is much safer, that's why it's a Euclid class, it's not as much containment. If you know SCPs, you might know this. It's a couple of books you can read. They're all by Mr. Keys. Soon you'll get to read them each. So, if you are a player, you might get tested on with this. I'm not going to show you what's inside, but let me just say, it's horrifying. So sculpt by me though, that's the surprising part. I used a lot of commands in that specific place. I've got some books here I worked on. Also on that, oh actually, you can actually see this one. I'm gonna give you a tiny bit of lore. You guys can read this. I call it the Void. If you didn't read that, I'm pretty surprised, but oh, I didn't even realize that 4 books were there. Oh, actually, we have this SCP with no name. It used to have no name. Now it does. It's been founded with no name. We have this random SCP I made for no reason. This is a tiny little base. Not really the biggest, but the dimension I made, it extends to complete infinity. When I mean complete infinity, around like 5,000 blocks each. But I can't do that because unclassified reasons. It is Babylon, but I am the owner, including 2 admins. I'm not gonna tell the name of. And those 2 admins help me out. So griefers, it's an anarchy server of some kind. Griefers are allowed to join, but there is, if you try to take illegal blocks, you can, but it's gonna be so hard that it's gonna be nearly impossible. I'm done much. There's a reason for this. Like concrete. I'm a TP somewhere. It's close to spawn base. Most people find it. Use this commands too. It says you can grief this all you want. I made this because one of my friends needed a base. I wanted to have a death trap where it sends you somewhere. I'm not gonna tell you where it is. I don't know where all this snow came from. Someone just randomly put this over here. I just randomly put snow over here because I was bored. So that is mostly most of it. And I'm not going to tell you the lore, only if you somehow find some of my places. There's a lot more. Oh. Oh. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. I have this random builds just sitting around everywhere. Tell me, because I probably don't know where they are. Alright, what the hell? Alright, okay, that might be just be sick. Sea pickles. Cool. I'm in the middle of the ocean. Why am I even here? I'm not gonna say you will get tested on, but I'm not gonna say you won't. Any reason why you would get tested on, you're specific. You won't die, I'm just gonna tell you that you might. If you die, and you respawn in the D-class chamber, I feel sorry for you because you saved your bed there. But, I'll just TP you out if you die. Somehow. Let me just tell you, it's gonna be really hard to die. Or really easy. Just depends. The SCPR was you might actually know the SCP. I'll be surprised if you know it, but it's a tiny bit more different than the actual SCP, you know. There is pattern screamers, which is just dying, everything dying, or getting erased, but nothing much. Not really getting erased. I don't know how to explain it, just different. The place looks very different, and there's a lot of good stuff in there. I'm not sure how you're gonna survive. Maybe you can get Turtle Master Potion, just grind them out until you survive for at least a minute straight. It's really just part of the game. I made a little SCP foundation, which is gonna extend to the hole on the ground, which is gonna be insane. And also that one of those little islands over there is gonna be gigantic. I really think I'm gonna improve on this a lot more. Because all my friends are on, I know this person specifically because they're an admin builder. Mostly just admins. Some of random people have joined. They have not stood here for long. The spawn is next to a very normal base. Spawn is probably next to a base of some kind. That's the sad part. Bases. They might get griefed. I do not care. Except if my own base gets griefed, it just you can't do anything about it. It will get repaired. You can't use TNT. I won't tell you the reason why. You can use removable techniques. It's not going to be worth it for how long it's going to take. Yeah, that's the spawn over there. I'm not giving you the coordinates yet. I want you to fucking find. I want you to find them yourself. And did I say the F word? Maybe, I probably didn't. I said flocking. Flocking to the goddamn place. You know. Hate you. I really wish I... Oh, this was here for like around a month. Finally it dissolves. Probably because I wasn't near it. Okay, cool. This is the normal spawn, I think. That is very poor, but it's been most likely you looted. all the loot in here you could actually get. I wouldn't mind. It's one of my friends' base. They're not even admin. They do have some Greg merchandise though. That's pretty important. The Greg merchandise is pretty strong. They don't have a lot of loot. Never mind, they do. Some of them are illegal because they somehow got it with some successful admin use by one of his friends. But that's okay. Yeah, one of my friends just spawned a bunch of frogs over here. I didn't know where all of them other went. There's a lot of places to go. I don't care. Commands are like cheap. I don't know. Commands are really hard to make. And by the way, I found me and my this friend, I'm not gonna say his name, found this portal. This is how it will look without the that on the ground if it was connected. It won't even be the same size. We already got looted, sadly. There has been a couple of explosions in the end because it is kind of an anarchy server, no rules, no stuff. Anything you can't do is hack. If you do hack, you'll probably get banned. It's an anarchy server, but if you try to hack on it, you can start wars, a lot of stuff actually. Yeah, you can already see where an admin's house already is just by being close to spawn. And there is a couple of tricks I want to say. And if you do get inside the tricks, I'm going to be really bad for you. Probably because you got swallowed by one of the SCPs. Well, the flocking of, I really want people to flock over to my base. What I mean by flock, I want them to come to my base, get the loot, but not really. It's just going to be confusing if I try to explain it without giving them the right context of what I want to do. And there's so much I want to do in the server. I've already made a lot of progress, and I think I'm going to make even more. And I'm near to getting fully underground, which is going to make a full hyperbunker. I mean by really big base. And after I make that base, I'm going to fully extend it to the maximum, which is just going to be amazing. Problem is about that, and there's a lot of fails sometimes. The flops are kind of sad. And half of my base, I think I've only done like 2/4 of my base since. I don't know what my friend was making here, like a telephone pole full of lightning. Well, I guess it works. I've seen so many lightning strikes over here, I'm pretty used to it. I want to troll people, but in the way that it doesn't annoy them. Just says to you, get away from here, or just, yeah. There are a lot of things I want to do, except for my base. I might add 2 more pets, exclude without merch. There is going to be a lot of merch coming out of the thing, but the merch is rarely going to be good. Probably because you can't color them like leather. And there's not a lot, to be honest. If you speak another language, I can barely speak any. If you somehow get Romanian, I'll be able to. You know, we might understand each other way better. But the problem... Oh, I've never seen this before. Oh, guys, have you ever seen 2 pieces of bamboo this close before? on 2 separate blocks. Because that, players can't go through it. Damn. Well, oh, another? Okay, I'm actually getting surprised now. You might have to make a bamboo barrier, guys, because you already see the opportunity of mobs not even being close to my base. But there's reasons, there's a lot of reasons why I don't want to do it. They're kind of ridiculous, they're kind of not. Who the hell left this? Bro, look at this world gen. Who the hell made this? Mojang? Microsoft? Well, Microsoft has made it. Melons, I'm not gonna allow you to get those. The end dimension is kind of off limits sometimes. Depends if the owner, me, is working on something important. I'm thinking of storing, we only have 2 SCPs right now, I'm thinking of storing about 10 of them, or 4. So, you have that SCP, so you have the Portal SCP, we have the Snow SCP over there. It's a made up one, it's probably not even going to be accurate to the real one. I'm thinking of making something that is going to be really interesting to see. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's purely because of wanting to see how people deal with it. It's not going to move in any kind of way, but I want you to do something for it so you can do. If you know it, I'll just tell you something. Furnace that makes people go crazy. That's one of them. I've been thinking of doing the flesh that hates, but it's nearly impossible in Bedrock. Without making it look bad. Well, you could make it look good, but the problem is it's going to be so hard that it's going to be nearly impossible. To make it like look good. I want the actual SCP to actually look good because I want you to feel like you're actually trying to go and do something to the SCP. And I do have hiccups. Well, this is mostly the server. We are very lucky. We spawned right next to a bamboo forest, which is gonna be. I will, if your bases are cool enough, I guess I will technically just keep them. I'm not gonna call them owner stuff, but I'm gonna save them every time they get bombs, a lot of stuff, or TNT exploded, or if you want the main reason of being in an anarchy server, I'll just won't. Tell me which one. Or if you join in the VC, voice chat, WhatsApp. We don't have Insta or Snapchat. Reason number 1, I'm not really in the mood to do social stuff. I do have a couple of things to do with social stuff in this, but not a lot. Out of the 1 in 100. And there's not much to do. By the way, I did have an axolotl rampage, and I'll make it night vision so you can see. There is a lot in the ocean you guys don't know about. There is an SCP, or some kind of unclassified creature. But I really don't know which one is what. So if you find it, cool. You might have seen one during the video and I haven't. Damn, that skeleton. Bro, this skeleton has full Greg merch except for the boots. Normal. He dropped a bow too. That's sick. I don't like it how skeletons breathe on the water, but it's also a cool feature. But I guess it's really annoying when you're in survival. This is a survival world, just so admins get creative and stuff. You guys can look. Reason number one why show coordinates is not on if you haven't listened the whole video. Well, I just don't want you to see my friend's base. You might have seen it with the command, but that's half of his base, half of the millions probably he's gonna make. And he's probably gonna pollute the whole server with his bases. So you might find it, might not. By the way, my friend made 2 bases. You can loot it, I'll just tell you that. I'll allow you to steal, kill. I can make this an SMP server, but I'm not in the mood to make a Microsoft account so I can go in Realms. Because, sorry, Xbox players, PC players, whatever. I only want PS4 players to play on this mostly because they understand more than PC and Xbox players. I don't want the server to be more laggy than it is. So, if you have a PS4, PS5, I'm not sure if you can join with PS3, but if you can, you can join. I'm just gonna be really confused how you join. Right now, you might know what I'm on, what console I am on. I'm not gonna tell you. And not a lot to do since there's just not really much. My dog is trying to enter my room. Well, guys, I think this is the end of the video. If anybody is listening, hearing me, even watch through the whole video, I'll be more surprised than usual. I think you gotta go. This, by the way, do not ask what this is. Me and an admin friend is gonna delete this soon. Just someone came up and did this. I don't know. They were really dedicated to make something like that. They trapped like a couple of players. Well, I'm gonna let the server free roam. If you wanna join, join. I'm gonna go off. See ya. I'm tired. I just woke up. Don't ask. I am really bored. Well, I'm gonna go. I guess. I'm not sure.